Introduction. The most powerful story we tell is the story we tell to ourselves about ourselves. In my youth, my story was based on my experience. In gym class, I was always the last one picked for teams. "Who will take a Sean?" the gym teacher would ask. Girls told me, "I just want to be friends," but I wanted to be more than friends. My marks in school were not impressive. I passed, but that was about it. After I dropped out of school at 16, I left home and got a job. Things seemed better at first. My jobs would seem interesting and fun at the beginning, but they soon became drudgery, and the pay didn't support much of a lifestyle. I might have accepted that if I could have seen a future, but I couldn't. The problem was I was an expert on who I was not, but I didn't have a clue who I was. My story about me was about who I wasn't and what I couldn't do. The truth was that I felt sorry for myself. Clearly, the story I was telling myself about me was holding me back. What I needed was some perspective, and I got that perspective from reading the biographies of Anne Frank, Thomas Edison, and Benjamin Franklin. My troubles were tiny compared to those of 13-year-old Anne Frank, hiding in an attic from the Nazis. Yet her response was, "I didn't think of all the misery, but of the beauty that remains." And where there's hope, there's life. I began to have hope too. Some people said that Thomas Edison had failed more than any man who had ever lived. Yet that wasn't how he saw it. He said, "I haven't failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that wouldn't work." Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is to try just one more time. I began to see my mistakes and failures as learning experiences. What amazed me about Benjamin Franklin was that he admitted his faults and then shared his plan for self-improvement. He detailed how he'd use a journal to monitor his progress and keep himself on track. I began to keep a journal and to think about how I could improve myself. The story I was telling myself about myself started to improve. I decided to complete my high school education. Every person in this collection inspires by their response to challenges, and some of them face incredible challenges, by their commitment to serving humanity, and by staying committed to their values. I believe every person who reads these stories will be inspired.